to qualify for one of the biggest competitive gaming events ever, live from New York City, the World Cup Finals. Cannot wait for it to kick off. The action today has been fantastic. And guess what? I've got great news for you. We have one of the most talented, handsome, well-spoken, loved, positive people I've ever met in Sundown, and Dr. Lupo.
Thank you so much for that, Jack. I honestly think that's the most genuine and heartwarming thing that you would challenge me to find any drip of sarcasm in that. But I am now joined here by Dr. Lupo, and we are about to get you into the final moments of the European region for the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. I mean, it's been absurd so far.
The only time I think I could get Jack to say anything positive about me is if I covered my body in chicken parmesan, but we do have games ready to go. We're going to knock Europe out of the park. Hopefully we got some shenanigans from them. Been good games already so far today. This is the last week of solo qualifiers, which means the pressure is high. The tension, it's insane. Because if you're not going to make it as a solo qualifier right now, you're not going to make it as a solo qualifier ever. This is it.
Yeah, this is it for the first Fortnite World Cup, and now you can see Mongrel, the player who everyone thought, oh yeah, he's going to qualify. Well, now we're here, week 9. Is he going to qualify? Currently sitting in the 3rd place, just behind Schauen. He pushes right on in and takes
Deswegen ist die
everything from Hawkers. You can go back up, try and get your last matches in, as we have 25 minutes left in the region.
Tut mir leid, dass meine Grafik so
has been seen as one of the top performers in Europe, if not the entire world, since the World Cup began. If you had to pick 3 things from his playstyle, Sundown, you watch so much competitive Fortnite, what would you say the 3 most important things that he does as a player? What are they?
The 3 most important things he's done are, one, when he looks to go aggressive, how he shoots first. Like, yes, we talk about how good he is at building, but that's because he puts himself in the position. When he goes to drop down and be aggressive, he's looking to hit his first shot and trail it up right away. And because he's already aiming in those spots, he's more than likely to hit those headshots, hits the reactions. The second thing, when he decides to rotate, the timing at which he goes enables him to play more aggressive and to catch other people as they rotate. And then secondly, what he does after he gets an elim, he's always looking for another one. It's never pause, go do something else. It's immediately go find someone else, find the next target, whether I need to cover myself from them or whether I need to go aggressive.
Love to see it. Appreciate your insight on that. That's why we keep you around. Plus the luscious locks of hair, obviously, like a real-life Viking.
I hope so. I definitely think in a past life was a Viking somewhere, but now Wolfie's trying to be a Viking here and push right on over into the 1x1. Gonna opt against it and instead just raid pillage that elim away. Crinkle going down there as we now hit top 30. So top 30, Storm Circle 6.
Wie viele Mats hat er eigentlich?
Less than a minute
90, dass er noch in 91 mal bauen kann, oder wie?
As 2 more go down and we get closer to the first placement threshold.
3 more before you hit that top 25. Rift to go, 2 launch
das,
pads,
dass ich
even a
auch mache in
Flintlock
Arena,
potentially
Digga.
has a mobility weapon here. Wolfie's sitting on a,
Aber musste die so, ja perfekt,
We've seen the Flintlock is one of the most used, versatile weapons in Fortnite right now. I don't think there's been anything that's come close to it, to be quite honest with you. It serves so many purposes. We said before, I mean, on the cast, just to make sure that people understand, it really is, it's a very important loadout piece for players that know that they're going to be playing inside boxes versus others that potentially have to fall down from above, especially if they don't have a redeploy. They've got a weapon that can stop them. They have 2 builds and catch themselves on the low
ground. Hat noch einen Rift, also falls es schlimm wird, kann er eigentlich immer noch
riften. Right now, Wolfie's trying to drop in his opponent. Quick replace the floor. Wolfie's.
Die Soda ist echt weit weg. Könnte er ja
top
easy
left
riften.
mongrel rotating the top right of your screen for just a moment. 2 more players need to go down before we hit the threshold. I'm thinking at some point we're going to see a rift to go here from Wolfie's to reposition. Trying to bait out shots just like that. Sly Clement on the rotation, does not realize Wolfie's is hiding inside the box. Here we go. Pulls the rift out.
And rifted, yeah.
Yeah, and he makes sure he's on the backside of the circle. Scouts everyone else. They're not letting anybody else on a free rift. And also, just going to pop this parachute and hang out because it's 26. Boom, 25. So everyone getting the 3 points there. And now let's take a look at the rest of the lobby. Kingstar on the low ground has already double qualified.
Okay, ja, lebt
as well
noch.
now on board with Mitro.
Nein! Mongrel ist tot.
That is
Scheiße.
monstrous. Did get the 3 points for the top 25, but not going to get any more. Mix and Stompy on the low ground. Nuji's Kaizen is about to go down as all of a sudden, and now we're into the top 15. That was Mongo.
Ja, Digga, schöner Kill, 6 Kills.
Goes down as well, so nice little spree from Wolfies
Übrigens
all of a sudden.
38 Punkte.
You see Marcos also still in the lobby as we get closer to the top 10. Wolfies continuing to take shots here, but not finding anything right now. Player next to him does own that ball, so just going to go one over.
Wolfie's an excellent example of timing the shot, timing the push. Doesn't have to move out too far ahead of the circle if he doesn't want to. You do get a little bit of that leeway. You have a chance to look back exactly as he's doing now and look for chances to take shots at players that are still on the move. Some shots from the ball, that combat shotgun range. Very effective. Basically the perfect range to scope in, ADS, take those shots, see if you can get full damage on it. Shot from above, third-party opportunity. The fish down below is going to pick it up, and he does indeed. Up to 41. 3 players left. Wolfies at 41.7 eliminations, a big game already. Launchpad's going to kind of be useful. Around the corner, Wolfies picks up.
Wow, wie bitte was?
In a 1v1.
Der hat dem zu die Ehre entwendet.
Dropping in, spoiler.
Okay, Wolfies und MCs, Spoiler? Ach, das ist der, den ich am Anfang gesehen habe. Also am Anfang von diesem Stream. Den habe ich hart gemeint. Weil Tigrant, deswegen. Ja, aber er hat nur eine Pump und eine Drungun. Aber er hat doch Shadows.
One thing to note though, Spoiler has the high ground, also has 5 bandages and the campfire. If it goes
also ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl,
Wolfies
gewinnt irgendwie, weil... Oh, ja! Oh mein Gott, wie er da Heilrock geholt hat. Das war's ja mal wieder komplett für den Gegner.
Spoiler in the top right, Wolfies in your bottom right. You can see
also, aber da, nein.
Here's that slight elevation change.
Das holt da. No
goes out in the open.
No way.
1, 2, 3, and that
no
is
way.
Was? Running out of builds and Wolfies with the high ground retake from that Flintlock. He throws the tomato in the L dance. Adam afterwards saying, that's my victory royale.
Das war schön.
Players running out of materials last second, basically forced an engagement. The height advantage, I think, in my opinion, paid off the most, especially because you had a player forced out of the storm to try and go for a shot. That Flintlock play to push yourself up in the air, such a versatile weapon. Well played there.
I feel like we've seen so much more Flintlock this week in particular. I don't know if it's because of the slight adjustment to the shotgun drop rates compared to the last solo week, but players are opting and carrying it a lot later and using it not only as the mobility component, which we've seen a lot of, but a lot more aggressively. Like people pushing into boxes with Flintlocks. We saw that last victory royale with it, and really enjoy seeing the different types of utility. I know you were saying how it's probably one of the most versatile weapons. I'd argue probably second only to the heavy sniper. In terms of that, just because the heavy sniper literally does everything at all points in times. But I mean, just with how good these guys are with the flint, like I can pick up a heavy sniper and get a couple elims, like that's fine. Mostly players can because it's 150 the body. But these guys make the Flintlock looks just so
gut gerettet, gut gerettet.
I feel like the heavy sniper is the #1 weapon for assisting other weapons and getting eliminations. Rocket into a heavy sniper, even a double heavy sniper pushing in.
Wir einfach beide fallen dort. Scheiße, jetzt gehen 2 auf ihn. Aber er kann sich noch gut retten, weil es ein Mädchen ist, tut mir leid, dass ich ihn sage. Jetzt sind noch mehr. Ey, Vox.
Both weapons though are crazy.
1A, 1B.
Was macht er jetzt?
But yeah, I definitely do agree with you. The heavy sniper enabling others and giving a long range component.
Das war schön.
Right there,
die Drehung war
puh. Disables
Mads gehen eigentlich völlig klar.
But needs to circle back and try and get that chug and pop it like now.
Oh, Digga, lass ihn doch mal.
To get off of that.
Komm, holt er. Also wenn er den jetzt mit einem Headshot holt, das wäre schön.
Will still go down to a heavy snipe to the body. Gotta look out for that.
Er kämpft so eklig.
Angle change here. He might rotate out into the storm if he can flip this. If needed, the player still sitting right to that corner. You see he's checking through the brick, holding the edit on his own ramp. Closes the outside out, decides to rotate down underneath. Take the chance here to just box up a little bit, opting not to push that player. You can't really tell how much HP and shield they potentially have, so if he does go out there, he doesn't see what we see. Only 100, maybe 99 HP.
Er hat nur 100 HP, das ist gut.
Probably, I mean, the player of this caliber could easily push in and
ja, Digga. 32 Punkte auf ihre. Hatte schon gemacht.
32 points and a ton of builds.
Yeah, and he got the shadow bomb for it, which for this longer rotation is going to be huge.
Just the one though.
Yeah.
Just the one.
Leute, wenn ihr wollt, dass ich das mehr mache, so aufs WM regieren, dann lasst ein Like da.
So what Storm Surge
macht
is,
es echt
once you get
Spaß.
into these later circles for circles 6 and 7, if there's more than 30 people left in the lobby, if you have been the passive player, Storm Surge will begin to punish you. You will start taking 10 damage every second as it comes out through. Once the strikes come on down, and now it turns off since we're below the 30
fast 200
threshold.
Leben,
So
eigentlich.
now
Alles gut.
just all about the elims and
Mets
the
hab ich keine
rotations,
Ahnung,
since we're
wie
not
viele
even at the placement thresholds yet.
I just want to point out quick too, as you said, for passive
10
players, Airlock's
points
definitely an example of not a passive player. He was 500, a little over 500 damage above the threshold, which is insane. And it's shots like that, 80
Wenn
in the
man
back
einen
of
Sieg
the
holt,
fish
hat man
on
insgesamt
rotation.
10 Points
That kept him
geholt
safe
mit der
from Storm
Platzierung.
Surge. Crusher goes down. Airlock
Das
picks
ist
up his
heftig.
4th elimination. One more elim. We
Oh,
get the placement
nein.
points here of the top
Boah,
25.
ja,
We
okay,
got
ich
3
glaube,
there.
ich hätte es mit
Get the
30
top
Schaden.
15, that's 5.
Ja, da
Top
steht's
5, that's
nochmal.
7, and that Victory Royale is
Victory
10.
gibt 10 Points.
Reminding everybody, if you're just jumping into the stream, maybe you haven't heard what the format is like, always going to kind of refresh that in your memory. All the way up on high ground, looked like that might have been Skype. I'm not sure if dropped in. I'm not seeing him. I believe that was him all the way up there. Number of players, though, 25 heading into the 8th circle soon, as advised. 1 elimination, 35 points.
Die
No movement here.
Ich hoffe, das
Advantages
ist
to late game, but that's not going to pay off right
ja,
now.
ja,
That is going
war,
to pay off. Carrera
boah,
goes
das war
down.
schon schön.
Another one.
Und
The
hier
follow-through
direkt
finds
der
Ghost on the
nächste.
move. Look at
Also
the
wenn er
third,
der...
the triple.
Digga,
Exit
was
down.
tut
4
der?
eliminations now for advised.
Alter,
Playing
Scheiße, was
absolutely
macht
incredibly. The heads up right now.
holt einen,
Love to see it.
geht
Oh,
im
baby, a
nächsten,
triple.
holt ihn,
Well
kommt der
done right
nächste,
there,
holt
and that
ihn auch
was
noch.
Skype up on the high
There he
ground.
is.
You saw him now just
Digga.
drop back down with
Alter,
a number of
auf
players
so eine
going up,
kleine
getting
Zone.
closer to that
17
second placement
Gegner.
threshold.
Ja, nein,
Skype
jetzt
picks up
nur noch
Yahtzee.
15.
Mick the Beast also in this lobby, another player who we've seen constantly in the top 5, desperately
Pumps?
trying to get a solo spot,
mal
because
was
again,
anderes.
this is the last week. Casrola
Sorry,
does get ticked
A-Rocks.
over by that storm change. Again, 60 seconds
Such a
to
long
damage someone. Random siphon
Ich
coming
habe
through,
irgendwie
and we're
Angst,
into
dass
the
er
top 15 now
runtergeschossen
with
wird oder
Airlocks
so. Das
on the mid-tarp and looking for more targets.
Imagine a situation you get a tag on someone
ich
and
glaube, der
50
Sturm
seconds later
ja,
they get eliminated by
habe
the
ich
storm.
gesagt.
You get that
Oh, ja,
siphon
stimmt,
at
muss
just
in
the
die
right
so.
moment.
Nein,
Can be
Schatz,
so clutch.
jetzt
The
hat er
timing can
der
be so
Editor
important on that.
verkackt und
11 players
leckt.
left, 10 now as Sky goes down to the feed. Swaggy picks one
Okay,
off.
der Edit
6
war jetzt
eliminations
nicht
for
so
Airlocks.
schlimm.
Push through this wall, find a player on the rotation from behind, back-to-back shots, takeoffs, gets
7
eliminated.
Kills, nicht
Iraq
schlecht.
picks up another one.
He's doing so well at
er
finding
hat
people
nicht
on
mehr
the edge
viele
of the storm,
Mets.
Oh,
getting
yeah.
next to him,
müsste
and then
einen
just
Kill
dipping
holen
out for a
und
second.
die
But
Mets
one
holen.
thing you notice, he never dips
Ja,
out
okay,
into
er
the
hat
storm
Metall
for
genommen und das
longer
war
than
nicht
enough to
viel.
take more than one tick. It does take a second to go through, and Majestic actually just picked up a triple
Oh,
of his own
das war nicht
because of
schlecht
those
von
storm
ihm.
changes. One player he elim, 2 got ticked over from the storm. That should be the player potentially up on the high ground, but now we have our top 5 Airwalks. 2
Also
builds
noch
left.
4
Is running
Gegner,
with that
7
campfire now,
Kills,
but
ja.
is sitting on 7 elims.
Er kann noch
Advised
2
all the way up
Sachen
on the high ground.
bauen.
Majestic was on the low ground with Mick the
Ach,
Beast.
du Gegner,
Airwalks in the bottom right
One
hand corner
war
gets
bei
traded out
Warren,
by Mick the Beast.
Oh,
Zedek drops
schauen
down
wir
in the
jetzt
shadow
zu.
form. He's not jumping around, so the player
Zedek.
doesn't know where he is. 80 to the body. Can he
Tut mir
find
leid,
it? Pushes
ich
through with the
weiß nicht
combat.
ganz.
Says, I don't
Oh,
need a
nein, jetzt
pickaxe.
ist es
I'll
1
just
gegen
take your
1.
wall anyway.
so.
Brilliantly done there, but now can he win the 1v1 from the low ground?
Sie sind in der Nähe von
One
Megamol,
box
was?
directly above him. He hears it. You see the fake ramp
Wie?
out, goes up, and it off the side, takes the high ground, drops down on top of one.
Oh Mann, er geht noch extra in den
Literally
Sturm.
waiting till the last second
Das
to
war
fake
schön.
out on the ramp with
wollte
he
flexen
had
mit
one
seinem
build
Bauch.
left at the last second, so he was literally the most almost the most efficient he could possibly be with all
Oh
the materials
mein
that he had
Gott,
left.
Leute,
Opts
was?
to move up a different
Oha.
ramp, throws opponent off, drop in from above.
Ja, okay,
Excellent
jetzt
high
sind
ground
wir
take,
bei
excellent push with
der
combat
Nähe von
shotgun and the
Shifty.
victory royale. You love to see it.
Well
Noch
done there from
43
Zadek
Leute
now.
leben.
See Marcotte
Wir
and
schauen
Pool
jetzt zu.
right on the edge of the zone.
Pool has O-Ping,
One right
Zero
now, Trap
Ping,
does
meine ich.
go down defensively. Fool saying, I'm having absolutely none of that. You can see he wants to try and get the materials that are there. Trap does get broken
Boah,
on
scheiße,
the
mein
other
Controller
side by
fällt runter.
Marcotte. And
Oh,
now he gets a nice
18
little box fight. So this
Schuss.
is one of the things, if you want to learn how to
Ist
get
das
good
ein
at
Lag,
competitive
dann muss ich die Tag
Fortnite, learn
leider
to
nicht.
fight from a box. Blows the whistle, says it's time to go.
Geht klar.
So to signal the push, honestly.
Warum nimmt er den
that's very
Bogen nicht?
funny.
Hatte das
Push in there.
Inventar voll und
Pool
ist
gets
leck?
2 taps there. The shotgun follows through a
Oh, das war
92
schön.
crit.
Er hatte ein bisschen viel Leben verloren. Das ist denen dumm. Oh, Glück gehabt, Glück gehabt. Der Gegner hat veraimt.
Instead of popping the minis to shadow bomb, just because I think the fear of positioning there and exposure Maybe adding a little too much tension. Did take one more tap on the move. Gonna have a chance to heal up. Meanwhile, on the top of this hill, thick with players. Where they stacked up, trying to make rotation here. 41. Well, actually, they're from the stream. Trick Pog looking forward.
Achso Leute, mir ist gerade aufgefallen, ihr seht die Grafik eigentlich noch voll gut, aber bei mir ist die Grafik halt mega schlecht. Das ist halt so ein kleines Problem. Aber ich kann alles kommentieren. Oh, was? Er hat einen Kill geholt. Ja, geil. Wer ist das? X.
Elam's now holding the edit. Just gonna
ja,
try and peek on through this.
Ich kenne irgendwie niemand. Schon wieder ein Game mit Stinkies. Was? Die sind ja mega OP. 36 Gegner noch. Das war eine kleine Zone. Er hat nur eine Pump und eine Scar.
In games like this,
ja,
where you have so many people in such a tight space, there's a good chance that people that are boxed up in front of you are potentially missing
ich glaube, der hat viel
Chance. Maybe they got hit by multiple people on rotation. They could have been. I mean, we even saw a Shadow Bomb player get shot just moments before that, and we're about 50 HP.
Noch einer mit Bola.
Opportunity to just chuck the stink in there. Maybe do an HP check, see if they're low and.
Dave, ist das richtig? Ja, warum frage ich euch? Oh, er pisst geht, Digga, bester Mann. Schafft er es noch in die Zone? Ja, fast. Achso, die Zone ist ja noch im Sturm. Baller im Ziel? Okay, Glück gehabt. Der Baller hätte eigentlich aussteigen können und das töten können. Er hat nur noch 9 Sachen zu bauen. Nicht viele Mats, nur 2 Waffen, kein Schild. Ach, hat Schild? Oh, ja, das war einfach nicht mal Schaden kassiert. Echt schön. Ja, er ist Dave. Oh, der Headshot, Digga. Der Headshot.
I feel like was thinking, okay, Dave's not looking at me. I'm just gonna step out. I have the angle. I'm gonna take the shots from this side.
Was? Und oh mein Gott. Okay, hier hat er nur Pech. Hier hatte er mega Pech, dass er ihn abgeschossen hat. Ja, aber echt gut gespielt von ihm.
Yeah, I'm not even, I'd normally even try and attempt on that, but we're in the top 25. Let's pay attention to the rotations. As you see, a number of players playing billiards there on the low ground, crew up on the high ground. You have WGS Jag, the player from South Korea, playing over in Europe right now. This is the most ballers I've literally going to walk. I think this is the most ballers I've seen in the game easily this weekend.
Ich habe keine Ahnung. Kenne ich tatsächlich auch nicht. Es war noch geil, wenn wir jetzt zum Beispiel Ghost kamen oder so zuschauen würden. Aber leider machen wir das nicht. Oh, schön, schön. Für alle, die es nicht wissen, Camo ist mein Vorbild natürlich, denn er ist ein Controllerspieler. Besser als ein PC-Spieler. Oh nein, nein. Oh, das sieht ja... 11 HP, Digga, das ist doch nicht wahr. Jeder genommen. Gönn dir. Ich hätte das Lagerfeuer noch Platz, obwohl, stimmt, hatte ich auch nicht. Schnell. Digga, wie viele Baller! Oh nein, er wird von der anderen Seite angegriffen. Oh ja. Guter Kill. No way! Er hat ihm hier genommen. Er hat ihm komplett hier genommen. Schnell zu bauen, Bruder. Oh, ja, ja. Alles okay. Jetzt edit Headshot. Oh, er ist One-Shot. Oh, nein. No. Ich hab Angst, dass er stirbt. Ich fühle richtig mit. Nein! Maeve, Joe. Ja. Schauen ihm gerade zu. Hä? Merkt das nicht? Ah, ja, okay, nochmal Glück gehabt, dass er geriftet ist. Oha, was ist sein Name? Matt Tolesido. Ja, ich hab keine Ahnung, oder? Die Knock-Pistole ist gut, was hier mal drauf kommt. Ich würde probieren, den Notar zu schießen. Ja, okay, ich glaube, das... No, ey, ich liebe diese Waffe. Er holt sich so schön den High Ground. Ich glaube, der könnte was gewinnen, denn er sieht aus wie ein verdammt guter Spieler. Er hat zwar 0 Kills, aber wie er gerade den Highground geholt hat. Schon heftig, oder? Ja, oh, überlebt er? Ah ja, der Gleiter, bro. Ich hab gedacht, er hielt heftig mit der Steinschusspistole, aber er hat der Gleiter. Er geht nicht runter. Ja, sicher, ins Rift gegangen, ganz klar. Oh mein Gott, ist nicht so geil. Oha. Ich würde ihn auf die Zone gehen. Oh, schafft er das? Oh, schön. Schön, Digga. Nein. Was? Was hat er getan?
Tolazito, you are mad indeed. The 2 elims being the swing. 12 points there. Well done, sir.
The transition of the shot with the flint knock midair into an immediate descend, the redeploy to catch himself, and then the swap to the attack den ersten geholt, dann einfach runtergesprungen und den zweiten geholt.
200 IQ.
That was just
ich schwör, 200
IQ. That's probably some of the best.
Oh, Stompy, Leute, Stompy, das ist ein Deutscher. Ah, ich würde mega gerne Stompy zuschauen. Ich mach meine Augen auf, falls Stompy stirbt. Sie sind direkt neben mir. Ich frag mich, ob er weiß, dass er neben mir ist. Vielleicht weiß er das gar nicht.
Well played indeed. What a loadout for the late game too. Anyway, 43 players left. Next game, Europe.
Jo. Oh, das war schön. Boah, das war echt schön.
I just shouldn't say it sometimes. Looking for 41 players remaining here in a second. Someone trying to pick up another one. That was the first elimination for this player this game. By the way, quick reminder, 5 minutes
dann
and 20 seconds
ich weiß nicht, ob ich weiter streamen soll.
The European region.
Vielleicht
Now's the time to do it.
Vielleicht auch nicht.
Those last couple in. This is the last week for solos to qualify to punch that ticket to New York City. Don't forget it.
And after that, there's no more solo spots. 8 more players will be advancing from Europe. We'll have 6 from NA, 2 from NA West, and 1 coming out of Brazil. And then the solos competition will be completely rounded out. These are the final moments. Again, don't forget, we will go a little bit longer than the queue times because the average game of full Fortnite is about 26 minutes long. So you need to let everyone finish up, get all of those results tallied in, because every single time, it's going to come down to the last match of the server, top point lobbies. And right now, Motor is trying to make a case to get into one of those lobbies as he's sitting in this cone looking for a peek. 42 players remaining, so again, everyone playing absurdly safe. Nobody wants to put themselves at risk, and Motor recognized that, trying to pile in on that player as Paquito and Freck get taken down, and we have our top 40, Tohaj, being taken down as well, and we're still 14 players away from the first placement threshold.
Get into the first full move circle here in a second. Circle 6 to 7, transition to the northwest.
Einfach gerade neben mir.
An interesting one too, a number of players up on top of a hill. You see in the minimap there, that left side based around the supply crate on the map. Holding the edit here, Motor trying to look out and see if there's anybody that might squeak out. He's looking back immediately behind him. I don't know if he realizes that player up above has an RPG. Oh, he does now. If he didn't before. Surprise, there it is. A quick attempt. And the seal off, the close off of the edit there.
Das war schlecht von
well played from whoever that is inside.
Yeah, I just saw a nightmare situation where he had pushed out right after that for the shot and just accidentally stepped in front of the heavy sniper bullet. Now you can see that Storm Surge turning on right there. Motor,
ja, das hat er gut
more
gemacht.
than fine, 502 above.
Kann er
might
schön
regret popping that shadow zone since had a community launchpad placed
ja,
right next to him. But
I don't think he regrets it anymore.
Das war...
I think he's pretty happy about how that turned out. What a shot on rotation. Quick 180 in the combat to the dome. Picks up an elim. Sundown's mouth is literally sitting open.
Wunderschön.
He can't believe what he saw. That was ridiculous.
Achtung, Gran ist auch in der Runde.
Oh.
Ja, wie schon in der zu. Och nee, Mongran stirbt nicht wieder. Ich hab vergessen, ob Stompy noch lebt.
combat. That's what I talk about when, like, sometimes I feel like these guys are playing a different game than I am. I know for a fact I can do all of those things.
That's not Fortnite. I don't know what that is. That's not Fortnite. That's some craziness.
It's nuts. These guys pushing the envelope, but Mongrel, speaking of pushing the envelope, not going to pull a Mitro on the dual partner there, opens the door, gets over onto the side, and is desperately looking for every point he can. Doesn't want any interaction if he can avoid it. Will he find it? 2 HP? And he does! Motor gets taken down. 6 players remaining. Mongrel, that could have been your moment in the box. 2 HP. Erosi gets active. That's 2 more points. Going over 4. That could be huge. That could be it. And now Mongrel on the side of the zone. Back up to 75 HP. What can he do with it? Will the siphon in the mats be enough? 70 materials on the side of the zone. 24 players left. Less than 5 minutes left in the queue time. If you want to go to New York City, you show up right now. And unfortunately, Mongrel is out. Let's see if he can get another.
Ja, Stompy lebt noch im Kugler.
Is now running provoked. Up on the high ground, you see Stompy. Martez also hanging out. Martez trying to take the high ground away. But Esbjorn is up there as we hit the second placement threshold. Top 15 now.
Stompy picking up another elimination of the feed, provoked at 3 eliminations from Fnatic here. Stompy picking up actually another one. Stompy absolutely owning the feed. Provoked trying to box up, stay alive, very edge of the zone. Takes the chance, an opportunity to pop that slurp and get a little bit of a tick. He moves forward, trying to top off the HP. Players fighting underneath him, looking for a chance to establish a base of operations on the move here. And it's going to be difficult. Does get the mini off, though. Looking for players from behind. Very common tactic here. You get into a safe area where even if it might be 3-4 meters, catches someone in the face.
Das war ein schöner Headshot. Das war ein schöner.
You look for any chance for a quick whip back. Anybody moving in from the outside of the storm, because they're the ones that they're forced to move in. You can't sit out there. And so even if you have 3, 4, 5 feet ahead of them, you can look back and get a shot off and pick up an elimination. 40 seconds left on that European queue. Get in those games if you're going to try and get the last ones in. Quick edit, a peek through. Cubex gets tapped one time, very low. Now you have to remember there's a 60-second window after that damage where if storm damage maybe claims that player gets an elimination, it's going to count for provoke. Dropping in here, 8 players left. Quick swap, shot, back to back, and MQ goes down.
Das war schön. Der war schön.
For another, players underneath on rotation. Quick edit down, a push in, finds another on the outside. One more.
Was?
For another. Gets it. Stompy gets another. 3 eliminations. The triple in the feed, and there's 3 players left. Provoke on the ultimate low ground right now. 1 mini pop moves all the way to the edge. Pops. First campfire down.
Es leben noch 2 Gegner. Schade.
Cubex who gets it. That's 52 points. 4 provoked, and again, each one of these elims, each one of them matters more when you're in these high points lobby. Martaz on the high ground, Cubex on the low ground, 39 to 49 points. Martaz wants to close this out. 27 builds to the 0 of Cubex, and that's going to be it. Martaz closes that one out. 43 points so far. Queue times are close. The last matches will be coming in, but for now, we're going to throw it back on over to Courage, who's in the studio.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, that is it for the queues out in Europe. You see how dramatic it can be in these final moments. We still have more games to bring you. We want to make sure you get caught up to speed on those exact last matches. But
Leute, ich hoffe, wenn euch den Stream gefallen hat, dann lasst ein Like nach oben.
Yeah, man, let's do this. We've got some cool clips as we make our way into the station. Shot. Look at that over on Violin, and just absolutely incredible. This is the